Hey everybody, so we're doing relationships, number 37 in the Auric programming journey. And so with that, there's a blend called relationship support. So, I think we get the idea of relationships, but the thing that I would say that's not in the booklet about this aspect is the thing with relationships, there's a little bit of like harmony that we need to work towards. And that usually means the ability to adjust and adapt to things that might be shifting, changing. If we're connecting with somebody, it's not just the way we think things should be. There's this dynamic that goes back and forth between people. And this could be your intimate partner, your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, but it also could be like family, friends, loved ones, people at work. And there's a bit of taking something in and expression, but there's also like an aspect of adjustment, your ability to shift or your ability to change and adapt. And when I say change, it doesn't mean become something different. It means to break out of your normal way of thinking and access different parts of yourself. Change kind of implies that we need to be something different. I like you, but change, become something different. It's not that. It's more about like accessing, pieces of yourself. And if you think of like what it's like with a good friend that you've had for a while, and you go through your normal day, your normal week, your normal month, and you haven't seen them for a few years, and then you start interacting with them, like you see them on a Sunday afternoon or something, and all of a sudden you shift into this different mindset, this different mentality, because you have this connection with this person and this history and this dynamic between the two of you. And so the idea of relationships are not just about, oh, I want to have a good relationship. It is that ability to express yourself, to take in information from other people, and that ability to shift and have this dynamic interaction rather than, you know, just waiting for a pause for you to say what's in your head, and they're waiting for a pause to say what's in their head, and no one's really listening to each other or connecting or processing anything. And so relationships can actually be even a reflection of how we feel towards the higher soul and with the divine, with whatever spiritual practice that you have. Um, it's that ability to, you know, not project an image onto the deity or onto the soul, but be able to take that information and then shift and grow and evolve with that kind of communion with these higher aspects. And so with that, um, we're going to first start with the standard approach, which is the 4 quadrants. So you have your relationship support, and begin inhaling with your awareness on the left side of your body, the whole left side of your face and neck, your left shoulder, your left ribs and hip, down the outer leg to the left outer ankle. Taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on the left side of your body. Now let's move our awareness to the front side of the body. Your face and throat, your chest, abdomen, front of the hips, down the fronts of the legs to the tops of the feet. Mm. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on the front side of your body. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Mm. Let's move to the right side of your body. Your whole right side of your face, neck, shoulder, your right ribs, your right hip, down the outer leg to the left outer ankle. Your whole right side of the face and shoulder, the right hip, down the outer leg to the right outer ankle. The back side of your body, the whole back side of your head and neck, your whole back, your hips, down the backs of your legs to your heels. Good. And then pause and let go. Just pause and let go. You're just being still. Let it incubate for a moment. So that was the standard approach. That's something that you can do on a daily basis. You can do with another process or protocol, or you can do as part of a stack with other Auric programs. With an Auric program stack, you usually do 3 or 4, maybe 5 at the most, right? So now we're going to go into the advanced approach. And if this is something that you're wanting to work on, then doing it a couple of times a week is pretty good. At least once, but you could do it twice. This way you have time to acclimate both your physiology and your energy body. Okay. So again, we're starting. Your awareness is on the left side of your body. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your awareness is on the side of your face and neck, your left shoulder and ribs, your left hip, down the outer leg to the left outer ankle. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Now, go to the back side of your body, the back of your head and neck, your whole back, your hips, down the backs of your legs, all the way to your heels, the whole back side of the body. And then the right side of your body, the whole right side. And then the front side of the body. Your awareness is on the whole front side, your face and throat, your chest, abdomen, front of the pelvis, down the fronts of your legs to the tops of your feet. And then just pause and be still. And just being still for a moment. How's that feeling to you? So nice. Okay, you're inhaling, your awareness is on your knees, your whole knee, either your whole knee or the back of your knee. Your awareness is on the knees. You're taking nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Move your awareness to the ankles. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on the ankle. the soles of your feet. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. And then pause and be still. Okay, let's again do the 4 quadrants. The left side of your body, the whole left side of your face and neck, your left shoulder, ribs, your left hip, down the outer leg to the left outer ankle. The front side of your body, so your face, throat, chest, abdomen, down the front of your body, the front of your legs to the tops of your feet. Your awareness is on the right side of your body, right side of your face and neck, your right shoulder, your right hip, down the outer leg to the right outer ankle. The back side of the body, the whole backside, back of the head and the back of your neck, your whole back, the backside of your hips and legs, all the way down to the heels. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Just let go. Just be still, let go. Okay, the last little piece, your awareness is on your brain. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths with your awareness on your brain. Nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Your spine. Your awareness is on your spine. Your brain and spine both at the same time. And then the brain and soles of your feet. And as you inhale, move your awareness up above your ankles. As you exhale, down into the earth. Okay, just let it all go. Just let it incubate for a moment. Okay, let's share experiences or ask questions about this Auric program. And then after that, we're going to jump into doing practice with etheric chords to kind of deepen this practice.
So you can raise your hand, you can unmute yourself, feel free to type in. If you want to send a message, there's the little plus button in the chat. Send it over to Apothecary Geek or to Plant Prana Oils. Someone is asking, what is in this blend?
What is in it?
Yes.
Let's look it up. It is rose, absolute, ambrit, and blue cypress. And kind of a fancy one.
Mhm. Yeah.
Fancy and soothing. Yeah.
And go ahead, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, I thought I smelled the Rose Absolute in there. Actually, it was kind of cool. I had a bit of red in my experience. I don't know if it's I'm on a red phase or something like that, because also over the weekend I had a lot of red also. So, but I mean, feeling wise, it was very soothing. Like,
You were just seeing red?
yes, a lot of red, being red. Over the weekend, it's like, I had a longer practice. It was like a red jewel, actually, like a jewel. But this time it was just like in a sea of red, a lot of red at the beginning of it, kind of. But to right
But it
now,
looks like a jewel.
I'm sorry.
It looks like a jewel.
Over the weekend it was, but this time it was just like a field of red, like a lot of red. But they're definitely a prominent jewel over the weekend. So it was very interesting.
Well, normally I would say that, you know, and it feels like a clean red, right? It doesn't feel
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's not like a dirty red.
yeah, I was just making sure. So,
Yeah,
okay.
I
So,
hear.
like, normally I would say, as spiritual energy comes in, it goes from brilliant white or brilliant white with violet or green or something, and then as soon as it starts to interact with the aura, it turns to gold, and then eventually that gold turns to red. Like, normally I would say it's probably that, but you know just a little bit that I can tap into that red that you see. It's more than just like a body red, you know what I mean? And I would say that it's most likely associated with the heart seed, the physical permanent seed. And
Okay,
if you think of the idea of going into the cave of the heart, really the cave of the heart is going into that physical permanent atom. And, um, it's just like how, like if you do that up at the mental permanent atom, you would see blue. Uh,
okay,
with the heart, it's red. The solar plexus, it's pink, but the heart, it's red.
okay.
And, it looks like the color that I can kind of, as I look at what you're kind of seeing, it's like a really rich red. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
almost like, if you think about it, it's almost like what the color of the monk's robes try to emulate. It's like that kind of crimsony red.
yeah,
And
yeah. It's a
you,
rich red. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. The so that's like a deeper development of the heart, and probably starting to have flashes of that seed. It's just like when people do the blue pearl practice or the mental permanent atom, they'll have flashes of blue, or they'll see images that are like a blue deer or a blue, whatever it is. You'll see colors like that. The same version of it will happen uh, with the heart. It's a different kind of practice, but it's still in the same vein of something. And so, yeah, I think it's just tied to that.
Okay, okay.
I mean, good for you.
I mean, that's curious, but yeah. Excellent. Yeah, it
Yeah,
reminded me actually quick
very
that
nice.
I spent about 2.5 hours, I think, on Saturday. It was just like being there in the mornings, spending that time over there. It's just like a great way to start the day kind of thing. So,
And if you think about like how much we're working vagal tone and how much we're working dystonia, like the ability to go inward and have those inner experiences and tap into those atoms, be it in the mind or in the heart, um, it becomes easier, and becomes easier, and you're able to maintain it longer. And like even when your tension turns away, you still kind of carry it a little bit.
okay,
You know what I mean? Like eventually we want to carry it a lot, but
right.
usually at first it's like, oh, it's in meditation, and then like you still feel it for a day or two, and then kind of at some point you just reach this place where it's like it's always there. It's just always there,
Good.
you know.
Yeah. I wanted to speak a little bit more of my practice and what I did, but should I wait until the second section, or what do you think about that? That's your call.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you just go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of cleansing too with the tools kind of thing.
Mhm.
So it was a lot of yeah, a lot of shaving and cutting away of things. So I don't know if that was part of it.
There
It was
probably
like,
is.
yeah,
I mean, it's kind of like what we're doing with the Auric program. You're just doing it with tools.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
the Perba and the Cardica and
yeah.
even J, you're shedding the same kind of things that we do with the Auric program. You know, like I was talking about it with, I don't know, somebody and they were asking like, how did you come up with the idea of the Auric program? I was like, I'm really not that original. I would love to say that I was like, oh, I had this deep whatever, but it's just, it's the byproduct of what you would do with the tools and things. And so, you can do it a lot of different ways. I like the use of the oils and the tools versus just sitting and trying to do it with meditation. I mean, mantra does it as well, but I don't know, like the tools and the oils, it keeps enough movement happening where you don't get stale or stagnant. Where if I'm just left with my meditation, it's easy just to start kind of phoning it in, or you know what I mean?
I
And
understand
so,
with that. Yeah,
the
right.
whole
Yeah,
idea of the Auric program is, you know, um, even if you just work that and did nothing else, it would have a very profound effect on a person. Very profound.
okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another aspect too that was like it's odd to feel like all of a sudden so good and feel like balanced that you get it, you're in a good place, everything kind of seems to make sense. And then
Mhm.
you get thrown into this situation like the media or work, and all of a sudden it's like, you know,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just that crazy, crazy, crazy kind of
Yeah.
situation we're in now. It's just kind
Yeah.
of rough. So
Yeah. The world's a change.
yeah, the world's be a changing. So
Yeah.
good oil for that would be like burning, cinnamon would be good for that, right? Kind of keeping things cleaner or doing
So
that.
cinnamon would help just kind of jumpstart all the processes, but I'd still keep working like vagal tone and
Yeah.
different aspects of dystonia,
Okay.
just to keep everything like even keeled, you
All
know.
right. Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good
And
stuff.
Auric program is part of that process.
Okay.
It's not something separate. It's I don't talk about the Auric program in that way just because I don't want to make it super confusing, but it's all in the same vein where the vagal tone and the dystonia is just different aspect that's associated with the aura and the Auric programs and things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
over a period of time, you guys have covered really a lot of ground, a lot of ground. And, never would have happened without the pandemic, just never would
Yeah.
have
Right.
happened.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
uh, yeah, just keep doing the things that, we've been doing and, we just keep unfolding it and revisiting things and we keep trying to do like a little more breakout practices and things like that. And, we're just going to keep building on it all.
Perfect. Yeah. I, lo- I
I
do
would
want
say, it is a changing of an age. And
very much so.
if you look at in times past, the practitioners that were around at the time of the change of the age, if they kind of kept their wits about them, they developed, like you could say, healed very quickly, but really they developed very quickly because of the things going on. And so, and this is reflected in different traditions, even like in the shamanic traditions, they'll talk about how like when there was great difficulty in society, that's when the practices really accelerated, you know.
Hmm.
You know, just even for myself, like this week, I got a little kick from the inner worlds of like, hey, you got to step up your game.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then like I was like, I didn't think I was sitting on my butt, but apparently somebody in there thinks I am.
Huh.
So you know, you just never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks again
Yeah,
for
you're so
these gems of light you share. It's just
yeah, thank you.
very, very, very wonderful thing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And so glad you guys are joining us. That will complete the Auric programming journey this week. Join us next week for number 38, which is the respiratory system, and your oil is pulmonary stress support.
And so what we're going to do next week is we're going to do the Auric program, you know, the journey, and we'll work it just like we always do. But then after that, we're going to process that builds on that and deepens it with doing some respiratory work. So, you know, have some of the oils that you would use, like maybe hyssop or Sitka, or, you know, some of the blends that are more respiratory oriented blends. And we'll work on the lungs and the sinuses and the diaphragm a little bit after we work the Auric program so that we take it a little bit deeper.